Class 10, Chapter 1, Real Numbers, Exercise 1.4, Question number 2. The rational numbers given below have terminating decimal expansions. Write down their decimal expansions. The numbers given to us are 13 divided by 3125, 17 by 8, 15 by 1600, 23 divided by 2 cube into 5 square, 6 by 15, and 35 by 50. Let us take x as a rational number so that it can be represented as p by q, where p and q are co-prime numbers and q is not equal to 0. If the rational number has a terminating decimal expansion, it means that q, which is the denominator, must be of the form 2 to the power m into 5 to the power n only, where m and n are non-negative integers, which means m and n can take the values 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. We know that if a fraction of the form p by q has a denominator of the form 10 to the power k, we can easily find its decimal expansion. For example, let us take 235 by 100. We can find its decimal expansion by shifting the decimal point 2 places to the left, because we have 2 zeros in 100, which will give us 2.35. Similarly, if we have the number 56,785 divided by 10 to the power 7, we can find its decimal expansion by shifting the decimal point 7 places to the left, because there are 7 zeros. So, we can conclude that if we have a fraction of the form p by q and the q is of the form 10 to the power k, then we can find the decimal expansion easily. In the question, we have been given numbers which have terminating decimal expansions, which means the rational number p by q can be represented as p by 2 to the power m into 5 to the power n, where m is more than n. Since m is more than n, we can write p by 2 to the power m into 5 to the power n in the following manner: p by 2 to the power n into 5 to the power n into 2 to the power m minus n. We have taken the powers of 2 and 5 as n separately, so we can get 10 to the power n into 2 to the power m minus n in the denominator. Our aim is to obtain a denominator of the form 10 to the power k, where k is an integer. We have got here 10 to the power n, and we also have 2 to the power m minus n. Now, how do we convert 2 to the power m minus n as a power of 10? Let us see. We will multiply the numerator and denominator with 5 to the power m minus n. Again, since m minus n is a common power, we can multiply 2 and 5 together and take it as 10 to the power n into 10 to the power m minus n in the denominator. Now, since the bases are same now, the powers can be added. So, on adding the powers, we get 10 to the power n plus m minus n, which can be further written as 10 to the power m. We can see that we have a denominator of the desired form, 10 to the power m, where m is an integer. Similarly, in a situation where we will have the power of 5 greater than the power of 2, we will multiply with the power of 2 in both the numerator and the denominator, such as to make them equal, and we will get a denominator of the form 10 to the power k. Now, let us look at the numbers given to us and find their decimal expansions. The first number is 13 by 3125. 3125 can be written as 5 into 5 into 5 into 5 into 5, which can be also written as 5 to the power 5. Now, we can write 13 by 3125 in the following manner, which is 13 by 5 to the power 5. Now, in the denominator, we need to make the power of 5 and the power of 2 equal so that we can get a denominator of the form 10 to the power k. So, we will multiply the numerator and the denominator with 2 to the power 5 so that we will get a denominator of the form 2 into 5 whole to the power 5. We can see that now we get the denominator of the form 10 to the power 5, which is the desired form, and in the numerator we have 13 into 32. On multiplying the numbers given in the numerator, we get 416, and we have 5 zeros in the denominator. So, we will move the decimal point 5 places to the left to obtain the answer 0.00416. Moving on to the next number, which is 17 by 8. 8 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2, which can also be written as 2 cube. Now, 17 by 8 can be written in the form 17 by 2 cube. To convert the denominator in the form of 10 to the power k, we must multiply an equal power of 5 on both the numerator and the denominator. So, we will multiply both with 5 cube. On multiplying it with 5 cube, we will get 2 into 5 whole cube in the denominator, which can be written as 10 to the power cube in the denominator. Hence we get a denominator of the form 10 to the power k. And in the numerator, we have 17 into 125. On multiplying the two numbers, we get 2125. And the rational number 2125 divided by 1000 can be written as 2.125, which is the required decimal expansion. Moving on to the next number, which is 15 by 1600. 15 and 1600 are not co-prime numbers. So first, we must convert them into a fraction of co-prime numbers. 15 and 1600 have a common factor 5. So on dividing both of them by 5, we get 3 in the numerator and 320 in the denominator, which gives us 3 by 320. Now, 320 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 5. Now, we have to make the powers of 2 and 5 in the denominator equal so that we get a denominator of the form 10 to the power k. So, we will multiply both the numerator and the denominator with 5 to the power 5. This will make the powers of 2 and 6 in the denominator equal. So, we can write the denominator as 2 into 5 whole to the power 6. Lastly, we get 10 to the power 6 in the denominator, which was the required form. And in the numerator, we have 3 into 3125. On multiplying the numbers in the numerator, we get 9375, and in the denominator, we have 10 lakhs. So, the required decimal expansion will be 0.009375. Moving on to the next number, which is 23 by 2 cube into 5 square. We have to make the powers of 2 and 5 equal in the denominator. For this, we will multiply the numerator and the denominator with 5. This will make the powers of 2 and 5 in the denominator equal. So we can now write the denominator as 2 into 5 whole cube, which can be written as 10 cube. In the numerator, we have 23 into 5. On multiplying 23 and 5, we get 115, and in the denominator, we have 1000. So, the decimal expansion will be 0.115. Moving on to the next number, which is 6 by 15. 6 and 15 are not co-prime numbers because they have a common factor 3. So, on dividing 6 and 15 by 3, we get 2 in the numerator and 5 in the denominator. 2 by 5 can be written as 2 by 5 to the power 1. We need to make the power of 2 and 5 in the denominator equal. So we will multiply both the numerator and the denominator with 2 to the power 1. On multiplying with 2 to the power 1, we get 2 into 5 whole to the power 1 in the denominator, which gives us 10 to the power 1 in the denominator. And in the numerator, we have 2 into 2. This gives us 4 by 10, whose decimal expansion is 0.4. Moving on to the last number, which is 35 by 50. 35 and 50 are not co-prime numbers because they have a common factor 5. On dividing 35 and 50 by 5, we will get 7 in the numerator and 10 in the denominator, which gives us the number 7 by 10. And the decimal expansion of 7 by 10 is 0.7. So here is the list of all the decimal expansions.